anybody knows me and knows the stuff I've been saying, and I've done a video on this. I hate the word celery. I hate the word celery. I feel like people use it in the wrong terms, but I also think a lot of people that I can say self-deprecate themselves when it comes to relationships. I've seen where people go like, I don't. Well, this is the difference because I have trouble. If you notice, I have trouble doing this video because there's a lot of things that goes on. It's like it's not just one thing. It's a lot. I know there's a lot of things that goes on, like, and part of me just want to try to attack as much as I can, but I always try to. I need to write this down next time I do this. So, but I'm gonna try to like at least do this off the head. There's the one thing I noticed that both men and women we're having the same problems. I'm seeing the same things from the men's side, the same things from the women's side. We're basically saying the same shit about each other. In short, we're basically saying it's just like we feel like the women feel like the men are too entitled, the men feel like the women are too entitled, and I feel like we're talking again. This goes around where I said we're not listening to each other. We're talking around each other, but we're not talking to each other. But even when we talking to each other, we're not talking to each other. And even when like we have panels that have both male and female genders discussing their problems, something is like instead of like us coming to a solution, it's a blame game. It's a big ass blame game. You know, a lot of people want to blame incels, but incels don't really want to be around women. You know, us men, we kind of like blame gold diggers, but gold diggers actually go for people with money, or at least show people with money. So it's just like, why would you want someone that's for your money anyway? But and then you know, it's like who are you chasing after? Now I've seen where like men we say, you know, go for a strong chicks, but women don't like that. The fact that okay, so I'm not the woman that you want, but it's just the woman that take care of your kids, and I want you know, things like that, because I've always said women wants to be your fantasy and reality. So and you know, both sides don't like that either, because it's just like, oh, I've heard men say, oh, don't get with a girl that has a celebrity male crush. And I'm getting to a point to where I'm listening to both factions, just like we're both keeping each other single. I know what I'm saying, women keep each other single, which is true, but men, I feel like we keep each other single too. And it's just like, yeah, it's so many ideas, but I feel like there's nothing where it's just like. Now the red pill, I will say this: the red pill. A lot of people will follow the lines of the red pill, because it makes sense. And this is where I feel like I can see the difference between the male and women, because I hear a lot of women's stories and their stuff, and a lot of it's projecting. With men, like I've seen videos, right? Like there's videos of women saying these dumb shits, because a lot of men say, "Oh, you women are projected." There's a women say that, "Oh, you men are projected. You're not really talking to real women and all that other stuff." But it's just like they have videos of every woman from low class to high class to pretty to not so pretty, all saying the same shit. They all saying the same shit, and we have visual proof. It's like SpongeBob showing Patrick dirty diapers. It's just okay, here's the ugly girl. Okay, here's the pretty girl. Even the ones that, you know, advocate for men, like if you want to realize why they single, they say the same shit. It's just and I'm not saying all women that advocate for men do that, but you know, I get it though. You don't want to be with anybody. To me, celibate is being with somebody that you don't want to be with, but you're lonely, so you just say you'll do. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship where it's just like I won't give you I'm not going to give you my full attention, even though like you do stuff for me. It's just like, oh, you'll do. I don't want to be in a relationship where I'll be like people do, and I don't want to be in a relationship when a woman looking at like, you do, because it's just like, oh. Because to me, that's disrespectful to me. Because if I'm doing everything for you and your attitude to me is just like, you don't need to be with me. I mean, like, I could, I could be with someone that's going to want to be with me. And the whole thing with the whole strong six thing is that, oh shoot, I've never seen this before. I'm sorry, something distracted me, which I'm but anyway, the whole thing to me is just like, I've always said this: women wants to be your fantasy and your reality. I think dudes want to dudes want to be as well, but I think we're more or less based in realism. That I know, like, I'm probably not the nigga that you really wanted, but I know I'm a good dude. Like, I'm a good catch and all that stuff. And I'm sure women feel this way, which is why I say, like, we all want the same thing, but we're not just fucking vibing with each other. So it's just like, I don't get it, because it's just, but I think it's just this internet shit that, people talk this shit about this internet, but I feel like, if you meet me, and I tell people all the time, look, fuck all this internet shit. If you meet me in person, you fucking love me. I used to tell people all the time, don't let all this internet shit fool you. If you done met me in person, you would fucking love me. Because everywhere I go, like, people like me. And I tell people all the time, people want to share stories with me. People want to be around me. And it's like, I make it a factor to be around. Want to be around. I know I'm shy at first. I tell people all the time, yeah, I'm shy at first. I probably won't say much at first. But if you get to know me and do like you see why people fuck with me. To me, because that's what I always say. I was like, I'm shy at first when you meet me. I've been trying to break that, but I will, like, come up to you, nice to meet you. I'll give you conversations and all that. But like, there's people that's just like, oh, you just sit there, oh, he's cute, you run around. I know, look, I tell people all the time, I know I'm not no Denzel, I'm not no Michael B. Jordan, no Chadwick Boseman, may God rest his soul, because I know people was finding him attractive. No Mekhi Phifer, no Omar Essa, but, I do consider myself pretty handsome, though. I will say this, even for someone that is my weight, I consider myself pretty handsome. And a lot of people say, oh yeah, you're very cute, you're very handsome. So it's just like, I know I have aspects, it's just that, that's why I tell people, if I lose this weight, it's over for you hoes. But I'm just talking about me. But at the same time, it's just like, I've also have a lot of women friends. I've had conversations about this where we go back and forth. Like, me and my best friend, me and one of my best friends, we go back and forth about Yada Awakening or some shit like that. And obviously, she likes the way he talk. And to me, it's just like, I think he's on some bullshit, simp shit. But people have their opinions. With that being said, the thing about settling, it's just that, what are you settling for? Why'd you settle for it? Because as women, because I know, like, women, you don't want to be alone. There's a loneliness epidemic on both of us. Both of us not dating each other. It's just women try to hide it. Oh, we're choosing to be single, which I said, that's bullshit. To me, I call that bullshit, because you got a good dude somewhere that is just like, you just don't want to give him a chance for some reason. Maybe you're not attracted to him. Maybe you just you feel like you better than him, because a lot of people feel like they're better than the people that are attracted to them. Because a lot of people, oh, you ugly, you fat. I'm pretty sure not all of them are. And I'm pretty sure one of them was like a good dude. You just don't want to date him because, baby, you just don't fit your stilo. But man, and we had this talk about strong. A lot of women don't like the fact that it's just that we're replacing pretty for peace. And I think you're overstating the fact that people are like, oh, we're sacrificing pretty for peace. Like, a strong 6 is not pretty. A strong 6 is still above average. You're above average cute. So maybe you're not a 10, but you are still pretty. Like, you were still attractive to the eyes. And, like, also, like people, you may, probably got big titties but a flat butt. Which is fine with people, maybe they just like titties, and get when you get when a nigga that like titties anyway. You don't care about your flat butt, but you like your titties. Or it's the opposite. You got a big ass booty but little titties, and then you can wear white beaters and tatas and no bras on or some shit like that. Some nigga like that, you just flip your titties like a light switch or some shit like that. But to me it's whatever. But you still got a face card. Most people are really pretty, or you a little chunky, not sloppy, not sloppy fat, but you chunky. Like if you wear a crop top, your belly doesn't overhang. You just wide or some shit like that, but you still cute. Cause I've seen women like that. It's just like they're like thick, but they're not sloppy thick. Like things are still holding in together nicely. Y'all seen those women? This is like they're bigger than usual, but nothing hangs or overlaps. It's just that they're just thicker than most. Y'all seen them? They're mostly short women. It's like the 4'11" women that usually have that. Like Pinky, before she turned into big toe. Yeah, we being specific. Or Takara. Yeah, because a lot of women is like 6'2". It's never like the 5'footers. It's more or less the 6 foot women. If they're 6 foot women, it's just like they're literally built like a horse. And that's a good way. I'm not gonna say stallion because stallion is a male horse, but you built like a thoroughbred. I think thoroughbred is a real good term. Like the thoroughbred, or the 4'11s, they just like everything's just packaged in one spot. Especially they got a big old ass. They got the midget booty, but not totally midgets. If you understand what I mean. But the thing about the thing about the settling that I hate is that a lot of people feel like they're not. Either you disrespect, if you're the one that feel like you settled, you disrespect your counterpart. But if you're the one that you think he's settling for, like, you always have to feel like you have to work with a man's respect because you feel like, oh, he can leave me with someone else, but you're the one doing most of the work. So, and that goes, it's just like, to me, if you marry someone like that, you shouldn't be married. I've said this plenty of times. If that's your way of thinking, you shouldn't be married. Oh, you'll do. Like, to me, marriage is the highest honor you could give to a woman because it's like, out of millions and millions of women, I want to be with you. And I want to spend my life with you. I want to raise a family with you. That's supposed to be, marriage is supposed to be a highest honor, which is why I like a lot of dudes and a lot of people still want to get married because that is a high honor to where out of everybody I've seen in the world, out of everybody I've seen, like millions and millions of people, maybe some prettier, some uglier, you don't know. I want to be with you because you're the one that does it for me. That's what marriage is supposed to be, and I want to spend a life with you. I want to build a family with you. I want to build a legacy with you. I want to build a house with you, raise 2 kids and a dog with you. The old American dream shit. So it's not, to me, marriage is not, oh, you'll do. But even then with the strong 6 argument, because a lot of people are like, that's settling. That is not settling. And I tell people why that's not settling. And I've always said this. I said, you're 10 because it's just like, oh, I'm not the love of your life or your dream girl. Or I'd rather you be with the dream girl with the love of your life. And I tell people, what if you have more to offer than the 10? Which most strong 6s really do. The thing about a 10 is, unless, she can really cook and clean for herself or something like that. Because this is the whole thing with the Halle Berry, David Justice thing. He said she didn't feel like motherly. Now, she's a mother now, obviously, but at the same time, you've seen the videos of her kissing other dudes. It's like, David Justice is just like, the fuck are you doing? This is what we do in Hollywood. And David Justice is just like, I ain't fucking with that. I'm not fucking with that. I'm from Ohio. We don't do this shit. I don't know that Hollywood freaky shit. And I'm not saying nothing bad about Halle Berry, but obviously Halle Berry is one of the most beautiful women in the world. And he divorced that because he said he didn't feel like a wife, didn't feel like a mother, and someone that would mother a child. Now, again, she has a kid or kids, not sure, but but that's how he felt, and the way that she was doing at that time, and realized that she was in her mid-20s too. Like, it's different now to where she's like 50, 60 or something like that. She's in her 50, 60 now. So she probably is different now than when she was back in when he was 20. But he was speaking to her when he married her. So, like that, she probably wasn't ready to be married. She was probably still in that party girl. She was probably, being that life, because she was an up-and-coming, if not up-and-coming, or becoming the biggest actress and one of the most beautiful women of all time. So, and David Justice, baseball player, which was a well-known, because a lot of people like front on David Justice. Is like, the man won the World Series. Is one of the biggest baseball names in the '90s. I said, don't front on him. I said, that nigga was everywhere. I knew who the fuck David Justice was. Like, and I was a big baseball fan too. But like, David Justice was that nigga. And like, this was men defending David Justice. I said, those people. I had to do the same thing because short ramble. I had to do the same thing. I was watching the Super Bowl with, I know J-Lo was the halftime show, and this woman said Beyonce made Jay-Z relevant, and I looked at her, I said, you out of your fucking mind. I looked at her like Stephen A. Smith was looking at someone talking bad basketball. I'm like, what? And I was like, yo, you are out of your fucking mind. This nigga had many number one hits, number one albums, fucking platinum records. Niggas sold outside. The nigga outsold the Garden. The nigga would literally do a concert in Madison Square Garden. That shit would sell out. This was like, get the fuck. I don't want to know. Get the fuck out of here. But and not saying like Beyonce is Beyonce, obviously. We're not knocking on Beyonce, but those are two, like, that's like two mega powers coming together. Let's just say that. I'm not down to Beyonce either. Beyonce's a mega power. Jay-Z's a mega power. It's like two mega powers coming together. That's why they sell out so well. But anyways, the whole strong six thing, which I want to get into, because men say, like, even Paul Pierce is telling people, look, get you a strong six. Get you someone that's, like a strong sis. Don't go for these pretty girls, because these pretty girls got nothing to offer but their beauty. Get you a strong sis that's going to like do what you're supposed to do. Now, a lot of people look at it as like slave talking or submissiveness. It's like, no. Some people want simple. And men, we kind of want simple. We don't need because men, and Paul Pierce done said this, and I've done said this many times, because you women, y'all try to feel like y'all know what men want, but we tell you what you want, and y'all still look at this like, no, that ain't it. So it's just like, when we want someone simple, it's just like our mothers that, cook, clean, take care of the family, that has those type of values. That's what the fuck we want. A lot of y'all want to be, moguls and business models, and that's fine. That's fine if you do. We're living in that era, which is, I don't want to talk about it in this one, but that's going to be my next rant about we should change the way we look at dating now, but we're not going to. How can I say this? We're in a new era, but we're still trying to go on old era things, and both sides is not going to like what I got to say, because it's giving up from both sides that I feel like no one wants to give up. But we don't want to get to that. I said this. I never consider this a selling, which is where I get into. And I know I've said this before in the last video, so I'm gonna just keep it short. If I had a 10 that all she did was look good, but she don't know how to cook, she don't know how to clean, she don't know how to take care of herself, really, she's just there to look good and to be a trophy wife, or would you want someone that knows how to cook, knows how to clean, knows how to take care of herself, even though I can do that myself, and I have done that myself, but knows how to cook clean, knows how to take care of a family, knows how to hold down a household when I'm not there, and she's like a strong 6, I would probably go for the strong 6. because that's more beneficial to what I need. It's like, yeah, the 10, she probably good, she make her own money, and let's just say she's a 10, she makes her own money, she got her own business and all that other stuff, but she isn't motherly. Most of you business women that, y'all run CEOs, y'all run businesses, but y'all don't know how to run a family, and y'all like really not motherly. Even though women has the nurturing nature, y'all really not nurturing nature. Or would you get a 6? Because sometimes, like, we got to look at this, and I'm gonna say this like basketball, and hopefully people understand. Or a lot of people will say, they use musicians as bands. I'm lead guitar. I don't need another lead guitarist. I need you to play bass. I need you on the drums, maybe even the keyboard. Or Chris Rock say, I'm just playing the tambourine. It's just like we're both not gonna be the lead guitarist. All right, just like I'm the lead guitarist. I just need someone to play bass. So I don't need you being a guitarist when I'm the fucking guitarist. I already got that, and that's men. It's just like I feel like that's the pride of men because we're, again, like I said, we're still on old values, but this new way of thinking, and this is the way it comes. We can't even go back to old values unless you make enough money to do that, which a lot of people don't. So we just gonna cut that short. But yes, I would take a strong 6, but to me, that's not settling. To me, I'm getting what I want, or at least compromising. And this is what I tell people all the time. It's just like, I'd rather use the word compromise, because compromise, you at least getting what you want. She's very, like, she's still attractive. She may not be a Beyonce, which in hindsight, man, please don't say this to your woman, because, like, men, we do this. Like, we'll say some shit, and it's just like, it's very stupid, or it's just like, why would you say that? And coming from a nigga that's done that, I've done that, where I would say some shit, and it's just like, why the fuck would you say that? Oh, that's not good to say? No. Trust me when I say this, especially like with my mom. That's like when I try to cheer up my moms and I say the dumb shit and make her cry, and my father look at me like, why the fuck would you say that? I was trying to make her laugh. It was like, didn't work. My bad. quick story. Like, my mom, she caught the mumps, her face swelled up, and like the whole family was trying to cheer her up, right? It's okay, mom. You still, you be good, all that stuff. I was like, yeah, mom. Even though you look like Carl Winslow right now, you still good, Made her cry. Then she ran. I don't know if she ran to the room, but she went to her room and all that stuff. Father looked at me. Boy, what the hell is wrong with you? I didn't know that was gonna make her cry. I was trying to make her laugh. I was looking at my father. I was trying to make her laugh. Like, it made her cry. And it's one of those things that damn let them down. Like that, and like the whole Mother's Day card that made my mom lose weight, because she was like she was very big, and then like made her lose weight. But that's also another story that I tell people, and everybody said, "Oh, you fucking cruel." I was like, I was in the 3rd grade. And made that. But other than that, yeah, that's it. I don't see the thing with, I feel like both genders, because it's just like, I don't, in conclusion, because I'm gonna wrap this up, I don't want nobody, no male here, I don't want you to look at your partner, because I do feel like you still got to be attracted to him. Let's just say, I understand like financial reasons is important, but I still feel like at the end, I feel like you should still be able to look at your partner and still feel attracted to him. Like even with 50 Cent, the 21 Questions, if I fell off tomorrow, would you still love me? Which means it's just like, if I didn't have the stuff that I have, would you still fuck with me? Would you still attracted to me? Because a lot of people are in loveless relationships, they're in loveless marriages, and they're not even attracted to the person. It just gets on your nerves. It's just like, oh, like, I understand like you being with somebody and then like sometimes they get on your nerves, but if they always get on your nerves, it's just like, why are you with that person? why you with that person? And then just like, if you feel that, I tell people all the time, if you feel that about me, you can go. I'd rather you just go and go somewhere where a nigga where you like the nigga instead of being me and you tolerate me, because I'm not one to be tolerated. Like, I feel that's why I don't get mad when women say, oh, I'm not attracted to him, because I feel like attraction matters in a relationship. Yes, you can do a lot of things for a woman, and yes, man, you can do a lot of things, but she's not attracted to you. I feel like that's where the disrespect comes. She's quick to disrespect you, and I feel like when she's not attracted to you, she's very quick to disrespect you. And then like you may be, I don't want to say Jada and Will, but it's gonna be days where it's just like you fucking writing her poems, and she like, happy birthday, nigga. And I don't want that for you. And it's just like, because to me, like I said, to me, that's more disrespectful than anything. It's just like you the apple of her eye, and it's just like, oh, I'm just using you because, and I've seen this somewhere, like, because you take care of kids, and you just dumb enough to take care of kids. I'm really not attracted to it. Oh, he was a sucker. It's like, damn. Because I remember, like, it was there someone said, yeah, my man was a sucker. He took care of kids, just like all that. I was like, damn. It was like, and I don't want good dudes to be wasted on bad women either. And same with women. I don't want good women to be wasted on bad dudes. And it's like, I told my best friend, I said, whenever you break up with dude, I said, I don't want to hear that, because she tried to hit me with the 50-50. I don't know about 50-50. I was like, that nigga never did 50-50. Not to put a business out there, but I ain't gonna say her name either. But I said, oh, we want to do 50-50. I said, that nigga wasn't even doing 50-50. That nigga didn't even have his 50. That nigga barely had 10. So I said, and I shut her down on that quick. Because, that's why I don't do 50-50. You never did 50-50. I look at, you never did 50-50. You was doing 90-10. So let's be real about that. And if a nigga asks you for 50-50, no. Because if I'd have asked you to do 50-50, I'm showing up with my 50. If I'm not showing up with my 50, I'm showing up with my 40, and I'm giving you 60 the next time. I said, that's what a fucking 50-50 is. It's just like, that nigga was not giving you 50-50. That nigga didn't show up with nothing. And which is what, that's going to be my next talk about, 50-50 and all that. And then, people bullshitting on 50-50 because, what I'm saying. But let me know what you guys think. I'm almost 30 minutes in. Let me know what you guys think. Till then, my name's Oskino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.